Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. I hope you can hear me. There you go. Well, that's the darndest of things. I've just already done like 6 minutes of a stream looking around Anton Poika's car and stuff, so what a waste of time that was. Let's get down to the spectate area. That's nice. Straight in there with that. So we're here with the WRX Challenge. I think it's round 9, but the lobby said round 8. But I am nervous to say it's round 9. I think it's round 9, but the lobby said round 8, so who knows. Matt Sykes is in the chat saying good evening, and so is Skyjacker saying good evening, sir. You should be able to hear what they say, actually. I can just say that was Skyjacker or that was Matt Psycho. Right, so this is the WRX Challenge. You should know the rules by now. I did tell you all the rules. We're having 2 30-minute races at Trial Mountain. It's going to be an absolute blinder. Oh, Pat. It's going to be a blinder. And the championship table is so tight, especially after the dropped scores. It is scary on how tight it is. Mama Home saying, hi, evening thingy, how are you? I'm good. I'm a 7.5. And that's Skyjacker saying, Soz, my bad, been all over the shop this week. Which shop? Burton's? Right, anyway, I'm still getting distracted, so I've got to get on. WRX Challenge, they're all saying they're ready for quali. 10 minutes of qualifying, then 2 30-minute races. The points are divided, so this one it's probably times 1.5 for races, because sometimes they have 3 races, sometimes they have 2 races, sometimes they have 1 race in a round, and because of the drop scores, the points have to be equal at each round. So with this being 2 races, I believe it'll be times 1.5 scored points. If you understand what that means, it makes sense. Honestly. Let's have a look at the championship then. So Anton Poika is leading this championship by 336.5 points. Matt Psycho is second. This is after drop scores, by the way. I've gone straight to the drop scores. What the hell? He's released it. That's the official championship table, I would say. More official than anything else. Let's get on home sick. I saw him going out. Or Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho. What can we say about Matty Boy? So Anton Poika leading the championship, 336.5 points, with Matt Psycho in second. After the drop scores, I said he would be up there, said it would be tight. He's had some great finishing positions, and he's already dropped his 2 rounds by missing Am. So he's been languishing down in 6th, 7th in the table. Well, finally, now the drop scores are out there, and Matt Psycho is in second place on 324.5 points. So what's that, 8 points? No. 12 points adrift. Something like that. 12 points he's got to find in the next 2 rounds ahead of Anton Poika. It's an impossible, some would say it's an impossible cause, but Matt Psycho loves impossible causes. And he is up for it. He is up for the challenge. The WRX Challenge. Right? So, yes, this championship is tight and it's going all the way to the end of the season. And Mama Sykes in the chat saying, hello all, exciting. Hi thingy. I know, it's getting dramatic. So there you top 2. Then we've got a whole clump of cars. We've got third Daz on 266 points. Don't know if he can frighten the contenders at the top there, but he's had an absolutely awesome season as it stands. So Daz there looking third with 266 points. Homesick Alien in 4th on 247 points. Then we've got 5th place Cthulhu on 241 points. And so them two have got ex-champions, former champions, battling over 4th and 5th place over the next 2 rounds. Ensign Ewer in 6th on 200 points, and he looks like he's pretty much untouchable in 6th place. 7th place, we've got Skyjacker on 167 points, with Koikarp in 8th on 150 points. Then we have 9th, Barry Twins on 149.5 points. And then 10th, Jokers on 149.0 points. Half a point between Jokers and Barry Twins so far in this championship. Pat is in 11th with 120.5 points. Majid 12th on 55.5 points. And Bandit in 13th on 39.5 points. That's the championships out of the way. Let's get down to the serious stuff of tonight's round. Trial Mountain. There was once said by a very wise man in one of mine and Skyjacker's pit stops, held on a Sunday evening, please join us, we love it, that we don't do enough on the new tracks. Well, excuse me, but we were at Watkins Glen last round for the Stock Car Championship, and this round we're at Trial Mountain, both brand new, brand spanking, just out of the wrappers tracks. Let's have a look so far then. After they've only done their outlap so far, but Daz is the first man on track, and it's a striking livery, I must say, an absolutely striking livery. It's beautiful. So Daz crosses the line with a 1:51.7. Next up is Anton Poika with the fastest, a 51.1. Ridiculous, only half a second. Koikarp heading towards the line. He's going to be a 54. And also Katula crossing the line, no better than Slyjacker. Gets it up there. A second and a half ahead of Cthulhu. 1.6 seconds behind Koikarp. Jokus in that battle with Baza is 2.1 seconds behind Cthulhu. It's quite spread. It's a long track. Plenty of mistakes can be made around Trial Mountain. Matt Psycho, he has posted a time, but not a strong time. So we're still waiting to see what Matt Psycho can provide. Again, so Ensign Hewitt just crossing the line, third fastest, 2.6 seconds. Look at him flying over the curbs. The man's an absolute lunatic in his lovely black and purple rich energy Subaru. It's delicious, it really is. So Anton Poika is on pole. We saw that with Daz second fastest, only 0.6 behind Anton Poika's time. Then only a 10th behind Daz is Ensign Hewitt. Baza, don't forget, in the battle with Jokus, 0.6 behind Ensign Hewitt. Great time by the Baz Meister. Only 1.4 seconds off of Anton Poika's time. Probably the closest anyone's got to him, bar Matt Psycho this season. Koikarp there, 1.9 seconds behind the Baz. I reckon he probably made a mistake on his first flying lap. And we'll watch him. He's coming around close to the end of this one. See if he does any better. He's coming up towards the line now. It's going to be a lot better, I think. And Cthulhu going faster. Koikarp not. Oh, 0.7 down on that one. So I was wrong, but Cthulhu putting in a time fast enough for second. No, Matt Psycho has now shown what he has. And he is 0.9 off of Anton Poika's time. Joker's going faster again as well. So Anton Poika going faster again by nearly a second. 0.9 faster than his previous time. Homesick setting a time for 4th place. Then Matt Psycho, second fastest, just shy of a second slower than Anton Poika, and he's only 0.08 of a second ahead of this man here, Cthulhu. Homesick Alien, 4th fastest, 0.4 off of Cthulhu's time, and 0.009 of a second faster than Senore Daz. Ensign Hewitt down into 6th, and I was getting excited earlier because he was right up there, and he's got to find another time pretty soon. It's 7 minutes into this qualifying. I don't think they've extended qualifying to take into account for a longer track, so it's going to be curtains. And Mama Syke saying, okay, Matt is Oh, okay, Matt, floor it. He has done. He's up to second. The Bazmeister, 6/10 behind Ensign. Nearly 2 seconds ahead of Coy. With Skyjacker now. Where is Skyjacker relevant to the track? He is coming around. We might go on board to see if we can get a taster of a lap around. I should have done it earlier in the lap. Daz going faster again. I don't know where that's put him. Let's have a quick look. Up to fourth, ahead of the Alien by 4/10. 500ths behind Cthulhu. Now Skyjacker is just coming around the final corner. Let's get on board with Skyjacker going down the long straight. Heading up through the gearbox, 5th gear, looking for that 6th gear, quite, the flaps open on his, then heavy braking, slides the front in, showing off, he knows we're watching, and now breaking off some of that speed, and oh, that car looks like a dream. It's cruising around those corners like it loves it, heavy on the brakes, under the tunnel here, deceptively slow corner, catches a lot of people out. I think in the race we'll see a lot of people going wide through the tunnel. Down here again, a tricky section, going right, then onto the accelerator without losing the back end, kink to the left, then right again off of the accelerator, a little tap, and then under the bridge, and then it's downhill left. Really unsettles the car if you go into it too fast and you find yourself embanked on the embankment. Then through the tunnel, this is a long straight, long downhill straight, flooring it all the way. And man, if you're getting a toe off someone down here, you're gonna find a hell of a lot of time. So on Skyjacker's car, then we haven't been seeing his sectors because I haven't been paying attention. Down here, a right-hander comes back on itself. Big, wide right-hander there. Beautiful stuff. Don't ask me where the track boundaries are. There's so many yellow lines there. I never know. And then a little lift there, a knock with the curb. That's not going to help his lap time one bit. Fighting with Koikarp, 200ths of a second. He's got to find on Koi, and he's 6/10 ahead of Jokus as he comes down. Anton Poiker still leads from Matt Psycho on the fight for pole, and Cthulhu third fastest overall. And here we go down towards the final corners, and this heavy braking into the chicane, comes around to the left, then swings it back to the right, and it's just killing that speed, waiting for the invitation to put back on the accelerator as we throttle it towards, and Koikarp goes faster. Skyjacker needs a little more time, and it's not this lap he's going to get it. Has he got time for another lap? The counter is now gone. 10 minutes, it's the final lap for most of these guys. Daz was the front man on track. Who's next? Hang on, let me see. So it's Anton Poiker, Daz, and then Anton Poiker, and then after that we're just guessing. So we'll watch Daz bring this one in, sitting in fourth at the moment. Should watch Matt Psycho really, he's the one trying to get pole. But Daz is going to be the first to cross the line, although I think there's a few crossing the line now, sorry, I apologise. Yeah, it looks like Bazza is just about to cross the line. Does he go any fast? No, he doesn't. He's on a slow one. Passing 8th. Koikarp still on a run, as is Skyjacker. Jokus looks like he's done. Anton Poiker. So, Matt Psycho's done. Matt Psycho pulling over to the side there. Not to get in anyone's way, I imagine. And here comes Daz through. Can he get any more than 4th place? It seemed like a good run every time we've looked at him. It's not, hundreds. There's Anton Poiker crossing the line, and he doesn't get any faster. Matt Psycho is not on a run. Cthulhu then goes towards the line. Can he find any more time in this last desperate seconds of qualifying? And he crosses the line. No faster. Daz is done. Homesick Alien's done. Everyone's done. All right, let's see how quick we can look at the... No, that's not the one. It's this one. So there we go. Anton Poiker on pole with Matt Psycho in second, half a second adrift. Cthulhu a second off pole in 3rd place with Daz 4th. Oh, very tight between Cthulhu and Daz. Homesick Alien 5th. Ensign Newitt in 6th. Bazza 7th. Pat in 8th. 9th for Koikarp. Skyjacker starts in 10th. Jokus in 11th. Just in time, eh? Oh, that's all up. Oh, it's that one I need to get rid of. Do I even have time for a drink of coffee? Why is none of that come on? So the lights are on now. It's Anton Poika and Matt Psycho on the front row. Who will get to the first corner first? It's a great start from the pair of them, and it's nothing, you can't call it. Between the two of them, Anton Poika still in the lead from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho ducking in behind. Then we've got Cthulhu and Daz fighting it out for third and fourth. And Homesick Aliens into the barrier, and so's Cthulhu. We've got devastation down the grid. Everyone is everywhere, and that has turned it around for the likes of Bazza. Daz stayed in third, very close to Matt Psycho. Bazza in fourth. Then we've got Koikap up into fifth now. Jokers, who was last, is now in sixth. Ensign Ewer is in seventh place, trying to get a move on Jokers early doors. 30-minute race, lads, calm down. Pat is in eighth. Skyjacker is in ninth with damage. Homesick Alien in 10th. He doesn't seem to have damage. And there is Cthulhu in 11th on soft tyres. So there's different tyres strategies going on. Anton Poika's on the softs. Matt Psycho's on the mediums. Daz is on the mediums. Baz is on the mediums. Koikap's on the mediums. Jokus is on the mediums. Ensign Ewert's on the mediums. Pat is on the mediums. Skyjacker started on mediums. Homesick started on mediums. Cthulhu on the softs. Oh my word. So Anton Poika should steadily pull away, you would think, on those soft tyres, whilst Matt Psycho fights to keep Daz behind. And look at Bazza flying high, man. He's in that battle with Jokus, and he really is shining bright like a star. And Ensign Ewer in the chat saying evening all. It was a little while ago, but we were in the middle of talking about something. Oh, wow, I was thirsty. So whatever happened up ahead with Homesick Alien and Cthulhu, which I think were two separate occasions, two separate events. Now, I don't know if Skyjacker got caught up amongst them, but it really did turn it around for the likes of Jokers, Koikar, Bazza, and Ensign. I can't remember where Ensign qualified, but he's sitting currently in sixth behind Koi. I know Koi qualified something like 9th place, I'm sure of it. And this corner, like I said, is going to catch a few of them out, especially on those medium tyres. And it's only Anton Poika and Cthulhu have gone out on the softs. And I think the mediums are mandatory tyre. They have to use the medium tyre in a feature race. Yes, mandatory tyre, medium tyre must be used at least once per race. So everyone's getting their medium, mandatory tyre out of the way. But Anton Poika, I mean, we saw him running out of fuel after a 10-minute qualifier. I mean, they were full throttling it, in all fairness. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, because that's 2 stops. If their fuel's running out in 10 minutes, so I think there's going to have to be. I think they're going to have to fuel save here, and just to stop once. I think there will have to be some looking after of fuel, and that may be why there is a 3.7 second gap between Anton Poika. Maybe Anton Poika is just absolutely throttling these first 10 laps on the soft tyre, and then maybe he's going to go to the medium tyre and then ease off the accelerator a little bit, not such thrashing the gearboxes to the full revs, and trying to manage his car to the end of the race. We will see, but Matt Psycho, as we can see, will look how his gear changes go. He's about just over halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way up before changing. So I think he's looking after fuel is my guess. But around a track with 2 very long straights, that is a very difficult choice to make. I think I would have possibly been like Anton Poika and thought, right, I'll do the fast stint first. Just chug the hell out of this car and then see how we go. After I come in and get some medium tyres on, it's inevitable they're going to pit. The fuel was just went in qualifying. That long straight, 2 long straights, killing the fuel tanks here. And there's Matt Psycho then, 4.8 seconds. And yeah, I think Matt Psycho, he's trying to eke that car out. What's the difference? No difference in fuel, though. No difference in fuel. Could that just be the tyres then? That's a big difference I've seen since doing comms for GT7. If that is not fuel saving, then I'm very surprised at how fast he's pulling away with the racing soft tyre. So I don't think Cthulhu's making the same impact. He's already passed Skyjacker. He has caught up Homesick. So maybe the soft tyres really do make a world of difference around here. Homesick going a bit wide through the long hairpin. And now Cthulhu has caught up with Pat. So maybe, yeah. And maybe the soft tyres do make that much of a difference around Trial Mountain. Trail Mountain? I think it's Trial Mountain. I don't know. Yeah, I've got it right in front of me. I'll tell you. If we're going to trust the man who said this was round 8. Trial Mountain. So Pat is next. No, Cthulhu slipped back behind the alien. Sorry. I missed something looking at the thing. But Cthulhu had got ahead of the alien, I thought. And he's back behind him. Driving like a crazy man. Pat in 8th, Jokus in 7th. Now, Jokus 4 seconds ahead of Pat, 3.4 seconds behind Koyu, I think, has lost the position to Ensign Ewer. Ensign Ewer 54.2 last time around, 55.7 from Koy. That could be the difference in their positions. Bazza's done a 53.8. He's got to maintain a pace though, or he's going to be caught. I thought he was going wide there. Daz at the moment 52.4, not bad, and he can still see Matt Psycho ahead of him, 52.5 for Matt Psycho, where Anton Poika's just doing 50s. So the medium runners are in doing 52s or 53s even, and Anton Poika's doing 50s. It's unbelievable stuff. Homesick Alien 53s, more damage on the alien, but that's giving Cthulhu the position back. And Homesick Alien seems to be having a bit of a nightmare around Trail Mountain. Pat in 10th, and Skyjacker is last place. Somehow did a 2:13 last time around. That's tough stuff. With Anton Poika then flying out there in the lead, nearly 7.3 seconds from Matt Psycho, and it's really tough to see what the strategy is. I don't know what the pit stops take, as we haven't witnessed one yet in the live stream. So I can't say how much time Anton Poika's got to make up on Matt Psycho, but Matt Psycho will be putting the soft tyre on later in the race, whilst Anton Poika's having to look after his car. It's a tough one. I think Anton Poika is out there just trying to make hay while he can on the soft tyres. He's not really revving that car out. I've seen now he is starting to short shift it. So Anton Poika now, I think, he's burnt off the best of the tyres. I'd say he's burnt off the best of the tyres. I've seen these people putting fastest laps in halfway through the tyre life. But I think now he's starting to short shift, starting to think about his fuel. He's doing okay though, quarter of a tank. I can't believe they ran out of fuel in 10 minutes. Maybe they started on less fuel. Maybe they start... Yeah, I think he does have them start on less fuel. That's caught me out, hasn't it? So I was basing it on they were running out of fuel after 10 minutes, but I don't think they will. So it will be one stop. And I got carried away myself. I apologise. Yeah, I do remember a discussion about the fuel. The fuel starts qualifying with less fuel in one of our pit stops. Join us on a Sunday evening in Discord. So Anton Poika then flying. Unbelievable stuff. I can't believe that it's the tyres alone making that much of a difference. Just Anton Poika is in the zone. And it's untouchable. Matt Psycho, all he can do is the best he can do and hope things go his way. And Daz is keeping him honest all the way. Look at it. Daz close by, keeping a very close eye on Mr. Psycho ahead. Then we have Bazza having an absolute blinding race, but unfortunately being caught by this man here, Ensign Ewer, Big Dan, chasing down the Baz, and we've seen this battle a few times on track before. And Bazza is now going to have to go into defensive mode as we come up to the 10th minute of racing here at Trial Mountain for the WRX Challenge, round 9, season 5. And there hasn't been a bad season amongst them. There was one season when there was a few started that were new and they were a bit sort of rough, but they'd gone after 2 or 3 rounds and then it all went back to normal again. But other than that, can't fault any of the WRX Challengers. They have been cracking. These cars have been good to us here at the Virtual Racers Club and always dealt out a lovely, splendid race. Ensign Newitt then half a second behind Big Baz, the Bazinator, Bazatron, and Ensign Newitt just can't seem to. He's now though 3/10. Now he's got the toe. Now he's got the toe, and it's coming down to braking, and it's all about the balls of their feet pushing on the brake. And Bazza at the moment now he is having blood. Ensign Newitt, he's going in for the kill, but he's on the outside. But it's all right. He's already ahead of him, and we missed all of it because I was changing cameras. Arse. So Ensign Newitt up into 4th with Bazza in 5th place, and oh, what a true race. And wow, they shouldn't be that high. Has someone dropped again? No, nothing's changed. And now Koikap is being caught by Cthulhu, who's just overtaken Jokus, I assume. And Cthulhu on a flyer with those soft tyres, and they are lasting a lot better than I expected. Jokus then keeping hold of a toe from the soft running Cthulhu, with Homesick Alien 5 seconds shy of Jokus, and Skyjacker not last anymore. Pat's come down to join him for fun and frolics, and I'm sure Skyjacker appreciates the company. Then Anton Poika, another lonely lad out there in the lead, 11 seconds, and he is really trouncing. He's got half a tank of fuel at 12 minutes, and the front right tyre is around about half worn. Matt Psycho, ooh, well, his medium tyres are barely touched, but he's also got half a tank of fuel, so I don't know, either Anton Poika's fuel saving is going very well. He just lost a second pace just by going into fuel saving, which is still a second faster than Matt Psycho, but it makes sense. I think the mediums and the softs probably are about a second a lap difference, but the softs only last half as long as the mediums, so you do the math, and then you have to times how long a pit stop takes, and they're the calculations you have to do when you're driving around, and it's all just too much stress to be thinking about, because as soon as you go past one corner, there's another corner come up, and you don't have time to think about, oh, Matt Psycho going in, oh, interesting, he thinks he can get the soft tyres and fuel to last the whole race, maybe. Anton Poika probably wondering what that was, and Daz also stays out. I say also, he stays out because I was talking about Anton Poika hasn't pitted. But anyone else? No one seems to be interested in the early Matt Psycho strategy of a pit stop, and this is well, you know, if I'm driving around and I've seen Matt Psycho go in, I'd be very tempted to follow suit, because that man knows his cars, he knows his racing. So Anton Poika on lap 8 of a 30-minute race is leading the way, with Daz in second now, 13.2 seconds adrift of the Flying Finn. But Daz having a solid season. No, apart from one round, I think he had a bit of a ropey round out, maybe the last round, I can't remember. The round he's dropped, the 2 rounds that he has dropped, is Suzuka, no it isn't, yeah, Suzuka and Circuit de la Spa. So yeah, the last one and Suzuka are the 2 rounds that Daz has dropped, and in all fairness, Suzuka wasn't great, I suppose, nor was Spa. But other than that, Daz having an absolutely blinding season, 3rd in the championship. He's got 6 3rd places and 3 second places this season. A win would be lovely for him. And so Daz and Anton Poyka both come in to the pits. Ensign Ewart is going to be promoted to the leader of this race, with Bazza chasing him down in 4th. Katula in 5th. He's on those soft tyres. He's opted to come in as well. Koikarp also coming in. Homesick Alien stays out, but his mediums do look quite tidy. And is that Matt Psycho behind Homesick Alien? That's where he come out of the pits. Set of softs, no fuel. Interesting. Well, it is 15 minutes. Well, a little splash of fuel. He was just under half. We are over 15 minutes. So, yeah, he's just going to take that car all the way to the end. But is that enough fuel if he wants to really throttle the bell end out of it? Daz comes out of the pits behind Matt Psycho, so no difference, no change there from Matt Psycho and Daz. If anything, Matt Psycho is probably a little further ahead of Daz, having that extra lap on the softs. But remember, when it comes to the end of the race, those softs ain't going to be softs anymore. They're going to be a rubbery, melted mess. So Anton Poyka going in. He's put the mediums on. He's come out with Ensign Ewart, who's on an old set of mediums. Not much he can do about Anton Poyka, and Anton Poyka retakes the lead now. Anton Poyka, with the soft tyres at the beginning of the race, has done enough to keep track position, but he's on the medium tyre now, which is about a second slower than Matt Psycho's. How far behind is Matt Psycho? 10 seconds, which it pretty much, he's gained a second, if anything. It was 11 and a half seconds before the pit stops, and Matt Psycho gets the move done on Homesick Alien, whom has not pitted yet. And Matt Psycho on those soft tyres, and we've already sussed out that they are a lot faster. And now Matt Psycho sees Jokus in his laser-focused vision. Jokus goes into the pits, which makes it not a problem for Matt Psycho anymore. And Matt Psycho moves up into 4th, waiting for Muckers, Bazza and Ensign to make their pit stops. Homesick Alien still yet to make a pit stop. And Daz just behind the Alien, whom has made his stop, put some softs on. Jokus now getting rid of those old mediums, splash of fuel, not much, but a bit of splash. A set of softs, and his tyres are going to be absolutely divine by the end of the race. Katula has pitted, put the medium tyres on, a splash of fuel to get him to the end. Another one that could be vulnerable to the cars behind him. Now that he's on the medium tyre, he started on the softs to try and get track position, all I can imagine. And it didn't work out for him because he had a spin in the second corner along with Homesick Alien. And now he's chasing Homesick Alien down, so that's not worked out well for him. But Homesick yet to pit, and 18 seconds should put Katula definitely ahead of the Alien. Koikarp behind Katula on the racing soft tyres, taking it all the way to the end. I think they lose, I'd say, about 20 seconds over the 2 laps for a pit stop. So Homesick Alien should be behind Katula when he comes out. But the longer Homesick goes, the less time he has to spend in the pits. Joker's there in 9th, chasing down Coy, 6 seconds behind him, as Coy is 6 seconds behind Cthulhu. Pat's 21 seconds behind Joker's, and 7 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. So, but I don't think Pat's pitted yet. This could be an issue. Pat's pitted. He's just really used those soft tyres a lot in about 4 or 5 laps. That doesn't help when you slide it around the corners, Pat. We discussed this. You're not meant to slide it. That kills the tyres. You've got to drive it. Brake and drive. Brake and steer. So Anton Poyka slinging it around. He's 6.8 seconds ahead of Ensign, who's yet to pit. And is Ensign going to try and go a no-stopper? Nothing says they have to stop and put soft tyres on. There's nothing in the rules for that at all. If they can get that fuel all the way to the end, then good for them. But it's going to be tricky. And Matt Psycho only 2.3 seconds behind him on the soft tyres. Behind him, 2.8 seconds is Daz. Homesick Alien, another one. He's got the fuel and he's got the tyres to take it all the way to the end, but what will he gain? He needs Ensign and Bazza to pit, and he could finish in 4th, which from the beginning of his race, it was an absolute terrible start for him. Whether or not he threw it off himself or someone put him off the road, we'll never know, because he doesn't put things in against people anyway. Incidents is in. He knows accidents happen and no one does it on purpose. But he's going to be, if he does pit, he's only going to lose. And if he's got enough fuel to get him to the end, then it's got to be worth it. Right, there we go, and Matt Psycho through and past the Baz. And Matt Psycho now slicing through the field. Unbelievable pace. But he's lost time, see? Now he's caught up with the soft tyres, with these stragglers, or not stragglers, they're just, oh, and Ensign is pitting. Bazza is pitting. Is Homesick pitting? This is curiouser and curiouser. Homesick Alien does not pit, this is what I assumed their strategies were. But both Bazza and Ensign coming in, and that's going to put them, back there with Cthulhu? Possibly? They might be out ahead of Cthulhu. I don't know. But Daz now up into a podium position. Another podium for Daz, unless Homesick Alien can ruin it for him. But Daz is on the racing soft tyre, Homesick's not. And so Homesick is going to struggle to chase after the Daz. It's more about Cthulhu behind him. Ensign out on the softs. Is he ahead of Cthulhu? No, Cthulhu gets through. But Cthulhu's on the medium tyre, Ensign on the soft tyre, which we think, Ensign, be careful of that corner. We think it's about a second a lap faster than the medium tyre. Bazza losing a lot of time in the pits to Ensign. He came in very close to him. Big screeches somewhere, I don't know where. Was it Ensign? No. Cthulhu then, steady as she goes. 5th place, best he can hope for. Homesick Alien, that's the battle that Cthulhu's having in the championship. With Homesick just ahead by 6 points. So Cthulhu would have liked to have taken some points away from the Alien today. But it was not to be. But Koikart looks like he's going to be taking points away from Skyjacker. He's chasing him down, 17 points adrift. And Koikart there in 8th. Has 2 places between himself and Skyjacker. So, right, as we come to the 23-minute mark, Anton Poika leads this race by 10.8 seconds. He's on the medium tyre and he's running to the end. He's managing 51s, which he was doing really latter half in the softs, and it's a bit of a faster pace than Matt Psycho was managing earlier in the race, doing 52s on the medium tyre. Matt Psycho, he's also doing 51s. Interesting stuff. I don't think Matt Psycho is going to have the pace to catch up with Anton Poika in this race. He needs Anton Poika to have some sort of issue, some sort of problem. What's the likeliness of that? So Matt Psycho then in 2nd, Daz in 3rd. It's a story we've seen a few times this season, and it doesn't get old. Homesick Alien 4th with his battle with Cthulhu. He has 11 seconds. Cthulhu trying to claw back some time, and we're on lap 13 of a 30-minute race. And Cthulhu doing a 52.0 last time around. Homesick Alien 54, 2 seconds, nearly 3 seconds, I'd say, slower than Cthulhu. So if Cthulhu can just keep his head down and Alonso it, he can get Homesick Alien before the end of this race. Homesick Alien taking it all the way, no stopping. Unbelievable stuff. Anton Poika leads by 11 seconds, maintaining those 51s on a medium set of tyres, thus not letting Matt Psycho catch him up. And Matt Psycho should have been catching him up a second a lap, and it's just not happened because Anton Poika's come out and demonstrated an absolute awesome pace on those medium tyres that no one was expecting. Not even I thought he was going to be struggling on the mediums. Oh, he's slinging it around though. Anything could happen. I mean, we're only on lap 14 of a 30-minute race, so there's lots of jeopardy could happen in the next 5 minutes. Matt Psycho in second. Daz is starting to look threatening towards Matt Psycho. And I imagine Daz would hold off, maybe, if there was a chance, Matt Psycho against Anton Poika. But Matt Psycho's got no chance in this race with Anton Poika, nor probably now the championship. This was the penultimate round. This was the one. Matt Psycho had to really, it was the mind games. He had to thrash Anton Poika to break. I will break you. He had to break Anton Poika's will in this race, and it's gone the opposite way. Anton Poika has he's just not shown up. He showed up. You know, he hasn't shown up. He showed up. So Anton Poika, great round. Matt, oh, it's a great round. We've still got a second race to go, you know. This isn't it all. There's more to come. Lap 14 of a 30-minute race with Matt Psycho in second place, Daz in third. Homesick Alien doing the impossible, and Catula is not catching him. He's dropped into the 52s and 53s. He was meant to maintain those 51s to catch up with the Alien, and if anything, Ensign Newer on the soft tyre is starting to harass and harangue the Spaniard. And can Ensign on those soft tyres catch up the Alien? I don't think so. I think the Alien's pulled away even further. No, he's lost a bit of time to Cthulhu, I must say. Homesick Alien, he must be missing any kind of grip that he used to have. And he's just ice skating that car around. Look, he's in the 54s, saving the fuel, trying to get it around 55s now. Cthulhu really wasting an opportunity here. He's dropped into the 53s. Which one's this? 52s. See? Yeah, 3 seconds faster than the Alien. 7 seconds. 7 seconds. It could go. It could go that Cthulhu and Ensign. Ensign really needs to get past Cthulhu, because I think Cthulhu's going to hold Ensign up in Cthulhu's efforts to try and beat the Alien. Oh, Ensign giving it the big drift through the tunnel of love. And we loved that, Ensign. Bazza then in 7th. He's still there in the periphery, trying to gain a good chunk of points. Koikarp in 8th place, all on his own, no one to race. Jokas in 9th. 34 seconds ahead of Pat, and Pat 6/10 ahead of Skyjacker, but Skyjacker has now got the... Oh, no, not quite. Friggin' thing. You No, Pat stays ahead. I don't know how. Of Skyjacker, unless Skyjacker wants the tow. Is it the beginning of a lap? It might be. He might want the tow for the beginning of a lap and then try and just slingshot Pat. He's staying behind Pat at the moment. Pat's got no tyres left whatsoever. And he's destroyed those by sliding through every corner. No, Skyjacker's opted not to overtake Pat. So Anton Poika there, 10 seconds on Matt Psycho. And really, Matt Psycho, his worry is behind him. His fuel's flashing, but so's his Daz. We're on lap 16 of a 30-minute race. Homesick Alien, oh, look at him. But he's not lost any more time to Cthulhu. And I think Cthulhu now is having to race Ensign. No, Ensign's not even gained on him yet. So everyone's fuel's starting to flash. Getting to a KG point of the race with only a minute left of racing on the clock. And Ensign Newer is running out of time to get the job done on Cthulhu. Bazza in 7th. Koikarp in 8th place with Jokas in 9th. Surely this is possibly the last lap for a majority of these guys. Maybe even Pat and Skyjacker. This could be their final lap. I don't think... I don't like to say. But Anton Poika now making his way around. And I'm sure the clock is going to run out before he gets to the finishing line. Down here then. 40 seconds left. He's just coming out the final corner. Yeah, he's 20 seconds, sorry, left. He is sure going to get to the finish line before the ticker runs out. He's slowing. He doesn't want to do another lap. Pat's going to get the position, but Pat also not wanting to do another lap. He's got to go over the line, hasn't he? There you go. He did it, and Pat got the position off him. So Pat got 10th, Skyjacker 11th. Anton Poika comes to take the win, and he destroys our man Matt Psycho, buries him. Unbelievable stuff in the first race. Can Matt Psycho come back twice as strong in the second race? But he comes home in second, and that's fantastic still. Let's not forget that. And Daz rounds out the podium. Take a boo, my son. Homesick Alien, what a drive. Absolutely spinning it out in turn 2. And he opts not to pit. Saves the fuel, brings it home 4th, best of the rest. Unbelievable drive that is, Homesick. Well done. Great drive. Cthulhu stays ahead of Ensign to keep hold of 5th place. And he nearly ran out of fuel. Ensign gets 6th, and Bazza gets 7th. Koikap trekking on, 4 seconds ahead of Jokus, and he gets himself 8th place. And he's happy with that. See him with his little wiggle, or maybe that's for fuel. And Jokus comes home for 9th place. 10th for Pat, 11th for Skyjacker. But it's Anton Poika today. Wowzers. Where did that performance come from, eh? There he is. Well done, Anton Poika. Unbelievable stuff. Oh, I can look at the final positions. Here we go. So Anton Poika there with a 30-minute, 16-second race. He got the fastest lap with a 50.654. That is shocking. Well, it's only 4 tenths, 3.5 tenths faster, 4 tenths faster than Matt Psycho's best. It was tight. So Anton Poika takes the win of the first race here. Ignore round 8. That's Skyjacker having a busy week.
Congrats, Anton.
And that was Matt Psycho saying congrats, Anton. So Daz rounds out the podium. Great season for Daz. And more points coming his way. Homesick Alien and Cthulhu, that battle in the championship. Homesick gets an extra point on Cthulhu there. And keeps Cthulhu at bay in the championship. 6th place for Ensign Newark. Great drive by Big Dan and the Baz. Both of those two working together with a late pit stop. And they had me going. I thought they were going to not pit. But they did in the end come out 6th and 7th. Koikap in 8th. It says next with X. Oh, there you go. You have to be off it. And there we go. Joker's in 9th, Pat in 10th, and Skyjacker in 11th. Both battling over who will finish last. Great stuff. All right then. 8:55 is the next race. Just under 10 minutes. And in the chat, Mama Syke saying, great racing. Isn't it? Isn't it always that way, though? Great racing. These guys really do confound me. We're going to get the Ensign Newark. We always have the Ensign Newark show, don't we? You guys don't want to watch Ensign Newark going around again, do you? We always watch him going around. Shall we see if there's someone else out? He is entertaining, though. I've got to say, I like his drifting. He does entertain me with his drifting. And I think everyone else is in the pits. So, Big Dan, big up yourself. Play that funky music, white boy.
Realized to later one stop was doable, rolling on the floor laughing. Damn.
Yo, 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 yo! All right, all right, all right! Welcome back to the Virtual Racers Club. Well, welcome me back to the Virtual Racers Club. I don't know if you've gone anywhere. But yeah, I'm back here for the next race of round 9. 9. You see the two numbers on the side of your car, Skyjacker? 99. Take one of the 9s away, and it's... No, because you'll only say, what, 89, 80, 90... and the 0 away, and then you'll find out what round we're doing right now. What a cracker of a race we had! Unbelievable stuff. There's a quite a mix there in their R's and Y's. I think the RY war might have been a truce called. I don't know. I'm still strongly. Why do I keep pressing the same button? Thinking something different's going to happen. Excuse me. So we're readying up for the next race. I believe, I've said before they go in the same order, but it might be a reverse grid. Give me 2 ticks. I can tell you these things because I know now. I know things. Reverse result, standing start. And again, the mandatory tyre is the racing medium. They must use the medium tyre at some point in the 30-minute race. And we saw Anton Poika started with the softs. It worked well for him. Will others follow suit? So Cthulhu first to start, eh? They're going to ask to be quit out because that is a random grid. If I've ever seen a random grid. That is not even reverse. Close to reverse. Skyjacker's... Eh? Skyjacker's not... Well, we'll go with it, but I think that's an exit. There you go. Big exit. Skyjacker's not even entered for some reason. Oh, my God. If for times like this... Oh, and in the chat, Mama Sykes saying, good luck, Matt. And before, while I was away, Bazza said that went a bit better as I expected. Realised too late a one-stop was doable. Oh, that's a shame, man. That's a shame because it was doable. So, yeah, I say in times like this, in moments of mayhem and mischief, you've got to bring on Phil Collins, haven't you? It's got to be. Do you remember? Do you remember? Not sorry. No, I can't. No, I don't know that song. Let me think of a song of Phil Collins. I know We Can Dance, but that's awful. You Can't Hurry Love. Oh, you can't hurry love. Oh, it's just gotta wait. Love. No. Did he do Can't Hurry Love or Can't Buy Me Love? He covered one of them. I think it's Can't Hurry Love. And what else? I'm going through Phil's greatest hits now. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh no. Jesus, he knows me. He knows I'm right. Been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh, bloody hell. I'm really drawing a dry line on the Phil Collins tunage. So, you know, don't hold that against me. I do apologise. Well, you can apologise, Skyjacker, but you've just made all these poor people have to put up with a Phil Collins, what do they call it when there's a bunch of songs all spliced together? A medley, see? And that, Skyjacker, is on you. That's your fault. So, Skyjacker is at the front on the mediums. Pat's on the mediums. Joker's on the mediums. Koikarp's gone soft. Baz has gone for medium. Ensign's on medium. Cthulhu's on soft. Home Six on medium. Soft for Daz. Soft for Pat. And Anton's gone soft as well. So here we go. Skyjacker leads them away. He's on a set of mediums. It's a real mixed bag out there on what people have gone for. And Skyjacker saying AY. I don't know, AY. Something like that. So Skyjacker then half a second ahead of Joker's. Joker's having a great start there. Pat's slipping back a position. Homesick Alien battling through after his one stopper got him fourth in the first race, but he's being hounded there with the Baz and the Psycho all around him, and Pat as well. And Matt Psycho's feeling a bit of... No, he felt a bit of Cthulhu on his side there, I believe. And wow, it's a whole cluster buggery of cars, and Homesick Alien's gone absolute wide there, and it looks like Pat slowing down, so maybe Pat redressing, and Skyjacker is scarpering while the opportunity sees fit, with Joker's chasing, and Matt Psycho now up into third. He's made his way through the group rather swiftly on those soft tyres. Bazza in the mediums is fourth ahead of Cthulhu, who's on the softs, and Cthulhu's moved out along the straight. He's going for the move up into fourth place. Is he going to do it under braking? He should be able to with those soft tyres. A lot more confidence, and Bazza's gone a little wide, and Anton Poika's found his way past Bazza as well, as Bazza regains composure and finds himself fighting for sixth place with the Daz, and Daz is taking no prisoners this round. Ensenua in eighth, Koikarp ninth, Homesick Alien slipping down into 10th with Pat redressing and putting himself back there in 11th, but Skyjacker is the story of this race. 2 second lead on Jokers, but now Jokers being harangued and harassed by Matt Psycho, and Matt Psycho has one one thing on his mind, and that is to finish in first place. And Joker's going wide out of that corner, and Matt Psycho getting a better line, and he pulls easily by the Jokas as he sets chase for Skyjacker, who's extended his lead by another 0.3 of a second. Joker's down third. Cthulhu now in fourth on the racing soft tyres, with Anton Poika chasing him down on soft tyres. Can Cthulhu put up some kind of defence against the boy wonder Anton Poika? This man is on fire. No, look. Oh, but he's found himself a face full of jokers. The Polish driver did nothing wrong, but he was in the wrong place on the track for Anton Poika, and that moves Cthulhu up into third, Anton Poika fourth. Daz gets the move done on Jokers, and Jokers having a crazy couple of corners there whilst he gets his car settled back down. Ensenua in seventh, Koikap in eighth, with Homesick Alien ninth, Baza in 10th. Baza slipping down after we saw him going wide in that long sweeping left-hander, and Pat there 3-4 seconds nearly, but he has openly admitted he really does not like the handling of the Subaru, and it looks especially punishing around Trial Mountain with the way the roads slide down most corners. It's the car, I imagine, is sliding a lot underneath these guys. Matt Psycho then set in chase for the lead of this race. He's got Cthulhu 1.5 seconds behind him, and behind Cthulhu is Anton Poika, and Matt Psycho can only dream and wish and hope, pray to every racing deity that is out there that Anton Poika stays behind Cthulhu and Matt Psycho gets ahead of Skyjacker. He's really slashed down that 2-second lead, but he is on the soft tyre, remember, and the soft tyre does give you quite a bit of an advantage. And I believe Skyjacker's on the mediums. Oh man, I needed this drink. I'm getting really thirsty during this this stream. It must be a hectic one. Oh, lovely clean line from Matt Psycho there. Skyjacker, he was slinging it in, wasn't he? Oh, like a sausage down the canyon. And Skyjacker having a slippy, slidey moment through this section of track. And Matt Psycho on those soft tyres, finding all kinds of beautiful grip in the mid-corner. They're out of the corner, into the corner. Matt Psycho enjoying grip of grips as Skyjacker slides around, trying to find a little bit of traction with the road, and again sliding across the track and giving Matt Psycho a huge invitation back into the lead. Well, back into the lead, but into the lead of this race. But Skyjacker sitting in the tow, and that is why I said back in the lead, because I was thinking at the same time I was talking about a different matter, and that is that Skyjacker will sit in the tow and retake the lead like he does, but too late on the brakes, is he? No, not too late, just no grip on those soft tyres. And now Cthulhu nearly up alongside him, and Anton Poika is laying in wait, but Daz is there as well, and it's a good clump of cars there, which is going to help Matt Psycho hold up Anton Poika for him while he tries and rabbits out of here. You've got to fast forward. But Anton Poika, look at that! From nowhere up into second as Cthulhu tries to defend from Daz. And Daz moves up into third, but Skyjacker giving Cthulhu a little poke into the corner. And that gives Daz the corner there. And Cthulhu probably upset a bit with Skyjacker, but Skyjacker's on medium tyres. He can't brake like the guys ahead of him. Matt Psycho then 1.6 seconds, but the wrong person is behind him. That's not who he wanted to see in the running order. Daz then in third, and this top three is looking very similar. Cthulhu then in fourth with Skyjacker fifth. Homesick Aliens made his way through and up into sixth spot, leaving Jokers in seventh, Koikap in eighth, and Ensenua in ninth. Ensenua all over the back of Koi having a little slide in the corner, knocking the wall a little bit. Joker's just ahead of him, and it's a 7th, 8th, 9th battle royale here, and Baz will be rubbing his hands because he'll be catching them up any time soon, and he'll be on top of them. And there we see Koi trying to get a move done on Jokers. Joker's got the inside line now, and it's going to be a do or die move from Jokers. Joker's just slung back in lag, didn't he? Oh my lord. And Mama Syke saying chaos. It is chaos. It is a chaotic race. Beautiful. Oh no, Jokers didn't disappear. He's alongside Ensign Newer there. And he's gone back in the lead. A bit of a skyjacker move. Now, can he keep the corner? And Ensign Newer on those medium tyres. And so is Jokers. Equal fight all the way. And this is helping Koikarp out no end. Meanwhile, Matt Psycho 1.7 seconds ahead of Anton Poika, and the gloves are off, the sleeves are rolled up. It is a mano a mano between the Flying Finn and the boy racer from Essex. Oh, what can I say? You got a Flying Finn, and I mean, there's not much that rhymes with Essex, really. The Essex Warrior. So Matt Psycho leads from Anton Poika. Daz in third spot, doing a superb job. And Katula as well, right in the mix of it all. Skyjacker on those medium tyres was the leader. Couldn't expect him to keep the lead, in all fairness, but he's done an absolutely cracking job. And he's not dropping too far with Homesick Alien the next down the line. Now Homesick at 54.5 last time out for the Alien. Skyjacker 54.0. Now the question is, out of these medium runners, do you think any of them attempted to go no stopper like Homesick? We'll have to wait and see, but Matt Psycho's got the fastest like that last time around with a 50.7. 1.3 seconds now ahead of Anton Poika. Anton Poika pulling in half a second on Matt Psycho. It was 1.7 seconds. And Matt Psycho has taken the race to Anton Poika, but something in my bones tells me that Anton Poika he's just playing above form in this round. He's just driving beyond the car, and it is beautiful to see. Katula then under threat from Daz. Talk about driving beyond the car. Daz pushing his Subaru to the very edges of what it can handle, and Katula just having to deal with the medicine that Daz is pointing out. And there you go, the decisive blow from Daz gets his nose ahead of Katula, and that is moved on and up into third place for Daz. But Katula has got the toe. Katula coming back at the Dazman, and my word, Daz giving him a little nod, like letting him know he's there. A distraction as you can, and Daz gets the inside of the corner, and job done. Katula, though, you don't think the end of it for Katula. He's up for this. Fernando, the comeback, the resurrection of Alonso. Man alive, I've got to say. I mean, we are way away from the weekend now for spoilers. I was so chuffed being an Alonso fan. So chuffed. That is, I haven't enjoyed a race like that in quite some time. And I know it wasn't the most exciting of races, what with the Red Bulls. But oh, Alonso is just, he's OP, man. I don't care what people say. They can hate him if they want. For me, he's always going to be OP. So, or the GOAT, if you want. So Katula then absolutely chugging along, getting the move done on Daz. And there he goes, Fernando into a podium position with a little slide. Does it with style, but that's going to give Daz the position back easily. And that is the Essex way. Sod your style, just get it done. But that battle is going to continue on and on. Oh no, Matt Psycho, Anton Poika, I missed it, I'm so sorry. And I can't rewind. Oh, that's such a shame. And Anton Poika now in the lead of the race, and Matt Psycho in second. And let's hope Matt Psycho's got something up his sleeve, but judging by the pace of Anton Poika this round, I just don't think there is. I just don't think there's anyone could hold a candle to Anton Poika right now. Daz is ahead of Katula now. I don't know if that's how it was. No, I think Daz was behind, but he didn't. He is ahead. Because Katula got past him, and then give it a little slide in the corner. Right, there is other people in this race, Skyjacker being one of them. He's been caught up by Homesick Alien, who's almost by him. Homesick Alien trying to find room up the inside. And Skyjacker, I mean, there was room. Technically, we'd have to get a ruler out to see if there was enough room, but there was room. And Koi Carp closing in on those guys. So Skyjacker back in Homesick Alien into Koi, which is a great tactic, really, because then Homesick will have to defend from the Koi Carp, and Skyjacker can then concentrate on trying to pull away again. And now Homesick Alien with the toe on the monster Subaru goes for the move through the toe. No, he's not sitting on the toe, he's sitting out of the toe. And now he's going to let Koi Carp close up even more because he is in the toe. Oh, look at that. Lovely slingshot from Homesick Alien up the inside of Skyjacker. And no messing around like Johnson & Johnson's. No more tears. Oh, and then Skyjacker, Homesick, I mean, throws it away, and Skyjacker just cruises on by, and Koi Carp following him through. At this point, though, Koi Carp looking a little faster. Oh, Koi Carp is on the softer tyre, though, so he could be faster than Skyjacker. We are at the 13-minute mark. I'm surprised these soft runners, we saw them pitting a lot earlier in the first. No, maybe not. Anton Poik stayed out. It was one car stopped earlier, wasn't it, than the most. Oh, Ensign Hewitt. Wasn't it Ensign Hewitt last time? No, I don't think it was. Bazza then, and Pat 7 seconds behind the Baz. And the Baz hasn't caught up with Ensign yet, so Baz is not having a great race unless he's already pitted, which I don't think he has, but I think this lap. Oh no, the last couple of laps. He's been doing 56s, 57s, 58s. That's back in the 56s for Bazza. Joker's then, he's had a little slip for some reason. He's only just ahead of the Baz in 8th. Homesick Alien, we saw having a wobble in front of Skyjacker and Koi. Koi Carp on them soft tyres faster than Skyjacker, and Skyjacker doesn't even race him, knows there is no points, and Koi Carp gets on his way. His tyres are near the end of their life cycle anyway. Cthulhu still chasing down the Daz, and Matt Psycho staying within a second or so of Anton Poika. So not bad really, and it's going to be more racing on the medium phase of this race, although we saw that Anton Poika, I wasn't sure if Matt Psycho was saving fuel, but he was doing like 52s on the medium tyre, and Anton Poika doing 51s, and there goes Anton Poika now into the pits. Is Matt Psycho going to follow him in? He does. What's Daz going to do? Stay out or go in? He's decided to go in, and Cthulhu does also, so all the soft runners, and Koi Carp as well, possibly could be tempted to join them into the pits, and that'll be every soft runner, won't it? Last minute he goes in, and Skyjacker also making the decision to come in, interested. And Homesick Alien, we suspect he's going for his no-stop scenario again. It worked for him in the first race. 4th place, the only person he's really fighting in the championship is Cthulhu. So really, why not? He's driving sensibly. He's not looking for the wins. He's looking for those good points. And at the moment, he's leading the race, but come on. He's leading the race, but Anton Poika, Matt Psycho within a second of Anton Poika. Both of them got medium tyres on, both of them exactly the same fuel. And this is all the way, and Homesick Alien is there, and he's got every right to defend his race line. He's not racing these two guys, but he is leading this race, and he's got every right to protect his racing line, and that will really put Anton Poika back into Matt Psycho. And so Anton Poika got to be very sensible about how he's. Oh, the Alien's had a little knock with the wall, and it's a mute question overall because Anton Poika already passed the Alien. I don't think Homesick Alien would have raced him if you want my opinion. So there's the top 3. Homesick Alien has not pitted, and the other 2 guys have, Anton and Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho and Anton Poika in a very close championship battle with only 2 more rounds to go. Anton Poika won the first race, and it's looking very much likely he may win the second race, and that may put the championship out of Matt Psycho's reach. And we'll have to wait and see. Jokus in 4th, but he hasn't pitted. Is he going a no-stopper? That'll be very interesting. Daz out on the medium tyres, he pitted. So did Katula for the mediums in 6th. Bazza hasn't pitted, doesn't look like he's going to. 10 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, who did pit it, and he's put soft tyres on, and he's ahead of Koikap. Pat in 10th, with Ensign Hewitt in 11th. Now, Ensign Hewitt, I don't know how he's ended up down there. Pat's not pitted yet, but he may have to pit. Looking at his fuel, I don't know, to tell you the truth. Let's have a look at Home 6 to judge it. Home 6 still got nearly half a tank of fuel left, and we are way over halfway. So Home Scaling, he might be able to open that car up, and he's sitting behind Matt Psycho. So Matt Psycho got past the Alien. But, you know, like I said, I don't think Home Scaling would have put up much of a fight. Anyway, knowing that he's not racing those guys, he's just trying to get to the end of the race. And, I mean, if he can stay ahead of Daz, we're on lap 10 of a 30-minute race. And Daz there in 4th, 6 seconds behind the Alien. And Home Scaling on an older set of medium tyres. It's going to be a struggle for him to stay ahead of Daz. Daz bringing Jokus along with him. Jokus also opting to not pit, but I don't know if Jokus is going to have enough fuel. It's going to be tight. Katula also fresh out of the pits, only a lap or so ago. He's onto the medium tyres, skidding that car around, but Jokus has had an issue. And Katula up and through and into 5th place and chasing Daz down, only 2.7 seconds behind Daz, and there's still some fight left in that one yet. And Joker's into the pits. Yeah, I thought the fuel was a little tight to try and go all the way, but he's going to be on a super sprint in this last 10 minutes. Bazza, who is going all the way, and that's another position for Baz, and up into 6th place, which is great, really, if you think about it, because Baz really was fighting with Ensign Hewitt. Ooh, big scrape on the barrier there for all the Bazza. But Baz was fighting with Ensign Hewitt, and Ensign Hewitt currently is in last place. So Baz's no stop is working out for him, but unfortunately for Baz, he's got a Skyjacker less than just about 5.5 seconds behind him on a set of racing softs, and that, my friends, is a recipe for a disaster. Oh, the front end of his car lifted up. He nearly lost all steering in that corner. A big squeal, and Bazza will be happy about that. Drive like that, he says. Skyjacker. Behind Skyjacker is the Koikap, 3.8 seconds behind Sky. On him, wasn't he? Oh, not so happy on the medium tyres. The Subaru, a little tell happy for him, and he's struggling to keep that bad boy under control, with Ensign Hewitt in 9th, and Joker's coming out of the pits in 10th, and Pat also coming out of the pits on the set of racing softs for the last 10 minutes of the race. We're on lap 11 of a 30-minute race. Anton Poika leads, but not by much. Not by much, I tell you. This is tight, and Home Scalian's staying with these leaders quite nicely on an old set of medium tyres. So, kudos to the Alien. Sorry, I didn't mute because I thought it'd be just a quick unticklage. So Matt Psycho at 51.4, half a second off of Anton Poika. Anton Poika looking a bit wobbly through that section. Oh, he's pulled in a bit of time on the fin in that section there, and this is truly going to be an exciting, exhilarating finish between these two sim racers. And my word, we've seen some cracking races from the Poika and the Psycho throughout this season. And it's been an absolute joy to watch. And with only one more round left after this one, the championship is, well, I don't want to say it's over. I'd never like to say it's over, but in all fairness, Anton Poika gets the double win here. It's going to be near on impossible for Matt Psycho. He's got to hope Anton Poika has an absolute blooper of a race at the last round. And the last round is one of Matt Psycho's favourites, Sinqua. So, you know, if Anton Poika's not keen on that track, and Matt Psycho is makes all the difference sometimes. And at the moment, I mean, we're not counting who's won this race yet at all. It's so close between the two of them, but they are cancelling each other out a little. Excuse me, with their lap times. Anton Poika at 51.6, 51.6. Exactly, Frey? No, 6:38, 6:63. So exact same lap times virtually, and it's just really, hopefully, Matt Psycho wanting to pressure Anton Poika into a mistake. We've still got just over 6.5 minutes of this race. We're on lap 13 of a 30-minute race. Homesick Alien is holding on to that third. Daz isn't closing in as quickly as I thought he would. I thought he was 6 seconds behind Homesick. He's only gained 2 seconds in the last three laps, should I say. Homesick doing 53, 52, 54. Daz doing a 52, a 51 and a 53. Slowly crawling towards the Alien. And I'm sure he will get him by the end of the race. Cthulhu, who was racing with Daz, dropped off of him, really. Can't stay with his pace. But he is a little faster than Daz at the moment. Skyjacker on those soft tyres, 14 seconds behind Cthulhu. It's going to be a fight to get that 14 seconds back. Especially, and Cthulhu is on the medium tyres, but Skyjacker, it's going to be a struggle. He's just overtaken the Baz, who is doing a no-stop strategy, Bazza, going all the way to the end without seeing his pit crew. So running at a slower pace, but still, like I said, he was racing Ensign Newer, and I mean, Koikarp is now 4.5 seconds behind the Baz, doing 54s. Baz did a 56, 55, 57. See, the times are going to be a struggle to keep Koi behind, but Ensign's another 8 seconds behind Koikarp, but he's doing 53s. Again, it might all bottleneck by the end of the race. They all might meet up just before the checkered flag. Whoa! Big tank slapper there from Jokers coming through that corner. These cars are lively, and all of these sim racers will attest to that. They are lively little creatures, beasts, some may say. Anton Poika then, 8/10, 9/10 ahead of Matt Psycho. So Anton Poika eking slowly out a small lead on Matt Psycho, but Matt Psycho, like a pit bull, will not let go. He'll just keep on shaking that baby, and no, he won't. Sorry, that wasn't appropriate. So Matt Psycho, he's just sticks on in there, doesn't let go. Homesick Alien in third spot. And it's looking good for him. Daz now just under 3 seconds. We're on lap 14 of a 30-minute race. And yeah, with just under about 3.5 minutes left to go. Daz is running out of time to catch up the Alien. Homesick Alien might get a podium from a no-stopper, but Daz is there prevalent in the background. And Homesick Alien will be fully aware of how quick that time is clicking down. Now it's under 2 seconds. And it's tight racing. Ooh, over a second now. And every 10th will be stabbing Matt Psycho in the heart. He doesn't want to see that light blue and white car disappear into the distance. He cannot have that. He needs the points on Anton Poika. He needs Anton Poika really to sling it off. And I don't believe there's much chance of that. These guys are on that 15 now of a 30-minute race. And that's like in second. Homesick Alien in third, but Daz has gained and gained and gained all the way through this one, with Homesick trying to pull off a very clever strategy, but alas, the fresher tyres wins out for the Daz, and now Daz is just there to pick up a podium, and it's going to be the same top three as in the first race. How ironic, with a reverse grid. What are the chances, eh? And Homesick not giving up that third spot yet. He's got the inside line, but Daz has got the gift of grip, and Daz trying to swap to the other side of the Alien, and all he has to do is be a little patient, because his tyres are in a lot better condition than Homesick Alien's. Homesick Alien's fuel's flashing as well, and that's got to be on Homesick Alien's mind. And Daz set to go in for the kill here, as Anton Poika and Matt Psycho cross the line, probably for the last time. And Homesick Alien somehow, some way, is still keeping that Repsol Subaru ahead of Daz, and I do not know how, but he's somehow doing it. Has he got enough fuel though? Has Homesick got enough fuel to make it around this one last time, as Daz has another look and easy through the flying corner, as Homesick probably having to do a huge lift to keep that fuel in, because he's got Cthulhu and Skyjacker behind him. If he runs out of fuel on this lap, these guys will easily take the positions. Cthulhu then in fifth, 4 seconds behind that battle, with Skyjacker in sixth, 17 seconds behind Cthulhu. Bazza in seventh, struggling with the fuel, but he's doing okay. Koikarp though has caught him up half a second, but Koikarp hasn't got much fuel to pay either. There's Ensign Hewitt. We've got 30 seconds left on the clock. Ensign Hewitt in ninth. He's 6.5 seconds behind Coy, but he's got plenty of fuel if the guys run out of fuel ahead of him, which is unlikely, but never say never. And Jokus there is in 10th, with Pat in 11th, just coming around the final corner. Is he going to slow down before the line like we've seen him do before, or is he going to floor it and try and get that other lap in? Yeah, go on Pat, go for it. Lovely, yes, I like it. So Pat gets another lap, and here we go then. Anton Poika, 3 seconds in the end on Matt Psycho. And did Matt Psycho have to start easing off because of fuel? And Anton Poika gets the double win today at Trial Mountain. And what a drive from the Finnish driver. Beautiful stuff. And that, unless something ridiculous happens at St. Croix, is the championship. Matt Psycho crosses the line in second place. Great attempt. And Daz there does get that podium position. Take a boo, my son. And he crosses the line there in third, with Homesick getting fourth, best of the rest. Cthulhu comes home in fifth, just on fumes. Skyjacker gets sixth, which I imagine after the results of the first race he will take. It's the soft runners though, won't it? Looks like being on the, no, except for Homesick. Being on the soft, no, I don't know. And Skyjacker crosses the line in sixth place, with Bazza coming home in seventh, ahead of Jokus and Ensign. So I think he did gain from not pitting. I think he gained a couple of positions out of that one. Great drive from the Baz. Jokus gets eighth, ahead of Ensign Hewitt in ninth. Koikarp ran out of fuel. Oh no, we saw he was chasing after the Baz. We thought fuel was tight, but oh, poor old Koikarp running out of fuel and losing the positions to Jokus and Ensign Ewart. Oh, what a shame for Coy. And he was close. Pat chasing him by, but Pat's got hardly any fuel himself, I think. Yeah, Pat's running out of fuel as well. So Coy crosses in 10th place, and here comes Pat crawling down the straightaway in 11th to cross the line to complete round 9 of the WRX Challenge Season 5. Whoo-wee, what a race. And there you go, a double victory for Anton Poika. Beautiful stuff. And we'll have a quick look at the results.
Congrats, Anton, awesome, Matt, great racing, guys. Good one, thingy.
Oh, thanks, Mama Sykes. And that was Mama Sykes. If you didn't catch it, she said, congrats, Anton, awesome, Matt, great racing, guys. Good one, thingy. So Anton Poika there is the winner of this round. Let's just say both races, great drive from Anton Poika. Matt Psycho, unbelievable drive from Matt Psycho, great drive in that second race. So close, it was unbelievable stuff. Great driving from the pair of them. And that was Matt Psycho in the chat saying congrats, Anton. And Daz, a double podium for Daz. Great stuff in the Sega Subaru. Homesick Alien with the no-stop strategy, getting 4th place this time. And a great drive from Alien. Great savings. Cthulhu in 5th. Skyjacker in 6th. Bazza, also no-stopping, coming home in 7th. Jokers in 8th place. And Ensign Ewart in 9th, gaining from Koikart, running out of fuel in 10th. And Pat coming home in 11th. Wowzers. So, Anton Poika got the fastest lap with a 150.5, but flipping out. Look at Matt Psycho, 50.7. So close. And the next best, Daz, 51.6, maybe. 51.9 from Cthulhu. And that's about that, I think, in the second bunch. 52.9 from Coy. But that's about that. So this week's racing is as follows. At some point, we'll get the replay of the Stock Car Championship from Friday evenings. And then still don't think there's any racing this Tuesday. I can't be 100% sure. No one seems to know. There's confusion of when the GT3 World Endurance Series service starts. I don't think it's next Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday after, but I don't want to say for sure. Yeah, we've got dates out of now. 21st to the 3rd, which definitely isn't next Tuesday. So, yeah. Next week then, it's the final of the WRX Challenge. The showdown at St. Croix. The Finn against the Essex lad. It's going to be humongous. Join us next Thursday live with the grand finale. And that's about it. You can catch us all. You can catch all the information you need about us at our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. And there's a way of getting into our Discord through there, and you can just chat to all of us. Skyjacker in the chat saying thank you, thingy. Matt Psycho saying St. Croix, see, oh my god. So I mean, advantage to you, Matt, if Anton's not that keen on the St. Croix. It's a varied taste. You don't know. It might not be his track. He might come very dead last. You might win. Who knows? Anyway, I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Stacey Erect. Thank you for joining us here at the virtual...
About my calendar's face with tears of joy, man shrugging.
What's this?
Please quick.
Skyjacker said, and you always moan about my calendars. I know. And Matt Psycho saying, love it. And he says, but Anton's quick everywhere. He's quick everywhere, isn't he? He's just quick everywhere.
Sky grinning, squinting face.
Most of the time, Sky, squinty face. Right, these two are going to keep on going if I don't just battle on through. So I was your broadcasting commentator, Stacey Wrecked. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. I think all there is left to say is peace and love. Peace and love. Yeah. Bloody host has ended the game because he can't hang on for just 2 seconds and let me do my business. So, Skyjacker, he's so, I've got to go off and watch my costume drama. And he closes the bloody room down. Looks shoddy. Looks...
Chop.
Chop, bloody chop, I heard in my ear. So, last of all, then, no, you've ruined everything. I don't even want to do it anymore. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away and then you couldn't make things new just by saying, I love you? Let's think about that. That's deep. That's really deep. And that was brought to you by Extreme. That's how deep it was. It was extremely deep. All right, thanks.
Love you, man.
Love you too.